Alright, another broken AC. Unfortunately, it's mine. This is on second summer. I'll tell you what it's doing. Basically, I'll pull the power. It quits cooling, okay? No outdoor fan, no compressor, indoor fans running. I'll pull the power. It seems to come back on. I haven't been able to successfully retrieve the error codes out of it yet because I don't quite understand what it's saying. If you read the instructions, it says hold these two buttons down and then keep hitting this button until you hear a long beep, and I guess that's the code when you're toggling through. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna have to do some more research on that. So anyhow, check voltage. I'm at 247 volts. Now I do have a I don't want to call it a surge protector, but basically that's what the device is on the incoming power. So I'm going to pull the cover off and see if that light on it is red or green. If I recall right, when I put them in, they have to be green for good, red's bad. So I'm going to pull that apart and see here real quick. Okay, so I took my screw loose on my incoming power here, or my cover for my power and my control voltage, which communicates. And the reason I'm filming this, I wasn't gonna, because I wonder if there isn't like a wasp nest in there or a mud dauber nest, maybe building on those terminals. I can't remember the layout on this one, but you may see me go running if there's a nest in here. So I gotta remember how to get it off. Oh God. Yep, big nest. Holy smokes. But with that being said, I don't think it's active. The sun's coming down, so it's a little blinding out here, but of course I don't think they can get into the control wiring, but that's a pretty good sized nest there. So let me flip this cover over, see what we got. Okay, well, let me go get a stick and knock that down, and we'll go from there. Alright, got the cover pulled off there. You can see my surge protector in there. I've got the power off now, but just 4 Phillips screws to hold that cover on there. Tugged on the wires, make sure there's nothing loose. Don't see nothing yet, so I'm going to put power back to it. Alright, got power back to it. I hear it making some noises there, but both lights are lit on the little circuit board there. I know it's hard to see out here, but both lines are protected. Got a green LED and a yellow. It says line protected, one lit. That's a Zebra Industries line protector, so we'll see here. Okay, I got the cover pulled off here. I cleaned this not too long ago, but I do vaguely remember that I didn't put this thermistor back in its holder here. Got focus there. Could it be that simple? I hope so. I'll plug that back in, and it's cooling at the moment. I feel it cooling down. We will soon see. Alright, as you can see, fan came on. It's got some heat load coming out of it. I'm going to go get some gauges, see where we're at. You know, it's funny, I was driving down the road today, had a lot of driving today, and I thought about that thermistor, and I said, oh, I think one of those, I forgot to put the thermistor back in the holder. As you saw, that was the case. Now, it's been working fine since I cleaned it until recently. Maybe that thermistor is laid up against the evaporator just right, not in its holder, but we'll soon see here. Okay, I'm going to throw gauges on this. Got my NIVAC digital gauges here. Always remember to toggle your refrigerants, because sometimes you forget, and boy, that plays tricks on you when you're trying to diagnose something here. So we need to go to 410A. I had an instance a couple weeks ago, I was on 401. That really messed with me. So, alright, got it locked in at 410A. Get this, get my hoses tight on my manifold there. Alright, got my adapter for 410A. And I got this new tool the other day. It's so silly, but I got the pocket Milwaukee pliers. These things are pretty neat. They're kind of like Knipex. I said it right. But anyhow, I'm going to put those there. And I didn't open them big enough. They go to 1 inch. Alright, there. Locked. Oh! Pretty tight. You can get pretty good torque on those little guys. Nice locking jaws. Alright. Ooh, look in there. I just seen that Schrader leaking when I looked in it. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. But that Schrader was just bubbling. Oh yeah, she's a bubbling. Now, in a perfect world, even though that Schrader's leaking, that cap was on. That cap's a flared nut, essentially. It should have been holding that back, but maybe not. So, get our adapter on here, get our gauge screwed on, and see where we're at. I just heard the compressor kick up. I've got this on. Uh-oh, something sounded funny. Heard the compressor kick up. So, you know, this is an inverter, so they basically change the compressor speed based on demand. So hopefully it's on high. I think I set it on powerful in the house. All right. Well, 137. That don't look horrible at first glance. So I don't think it's a refrigerant issue. I would love for it to just be that thermistor not in its holder in the coil. And what a thermistor is, for anybody that don't know, a thermistor is basically a temperature probe. It takes temperature and gives the control board a resistance value to the board from that thermistor, and that equates to temperature. So basically it's an electronic thermometer, basically. So all in all, it looks good. I guess I'm just gonna have to sit and babysit it for a little while and see, you know, does the fan motor stop, does the compressor stop, and then I'm gonna wait till it stops again to see if I can't get the fault codes out of it again. So that's kind of where we're at. I'm not really seeing anything yet. I'm hoping it's just the thermistor. I'm gonna let it run and I'll come back here after a bit. Hopefully it stops, but on the other hand, I hope it don't. Okay, I think it's been about an hour, still running. Been out here doing a couple modifications to the mini excavator, the ATS ME18. Some joystick springs for the pilot controls. If you guys like that stuff, got a couple of videos posted on it. That's tweaking the hydraulic pressure again to the pilot controls. But anyhow, back to this. So, still running, cooling down good. Ooh, I actually might hear the compressor slowing down right now. Anyhow, man, I use that word a lot if you guys ever notice that. 124 on the pressure on the low side. Down at 42.6 to 42.4 temp there. So that shouldn't be freezing up at that point. Everything's looking good at this rate. We'll just have to see here. Time will tell. I think it might have ran a couple hours last night before it aired out again. Oh, back to the error codes. So it's got a little LED circle light that changes colors depending on the mode. Well, it's supposed to be flashing blue if there's an error code. It was not doing that. Then also, when you toggle through the error codes with the remote, I had to get on YouTube and figure that out. I wasn't getting any error codes coming up. I'm going to do it again later, so I don't know. We're just going to see what it does here, and if it stops, maybe I can get some more data. So, we'll see. Okay, unit's been running for a few hours now. Just pulled the gauges off, everything looked good. Still running. The variable speed compressor has slowed down as it's getting that room cooled off, so time will tell. I'm hoping it was just that thermistor not back in its bracket to sense the coil temperature correctly, and we're good to go, and I caused the problem when I cleaned it. Catch you on the next one.